What's up, guys? Jonathan and Jeremy here. More Final Fantasy XI action for you today. And today we're doing Sovereign Behemoth Wanted Fight.
The wanted.
I never know what they're called.
The wanted version of King Behemoth.
The mighty King Behemoth that people have faced many times in hopes
to this day he's still like
he
still is a wanted NM because he still drops the best one of the best rings in the game.
So even the regular one is wanted still.
Yeah.
But this is the harder version, and we're attempting a duo with trusts. We've got me on Geomancer and Jeremy on Scholar.
Scholar, Red Mage.
I think I was Geomancer, White Mage.
And it's just about throwing some heals in. The sub on Geo doesn't really matter. But
I do it for re-raise.
Yeah, but Geo is very needed. A lot of the new content, he casts Meteor, so Geo can just pretty much negate Meteor damage.
Because obviously Behemoth is, as as everyone knows, Behemoth's all about the Meteor, so it's having protection from it is vital, basically.
And this trust setup is really good because other than Yoran standing out of the bubble like a moron, he runs out of MP, but then you've got the self to give restore MP back, and it's real good where if they survive.
It's one of the few times where you want them close, because it's no, stay in the bubble. Other times they're actually good being out of range, but that sort of range doesn't help against Meteor anyway.
He has very high defense and magic evasion and evasion. Remember that one time a melee character couldn't even hit it and stuff. That's how hard it was. Normally you need a Geo, I think, to lower its evasion. You just need millions of Geos to do everything.
For everything. He's pretty tough.
But yeah, the main mechanic of how we're killing is using magic burst and helix. And the thing about magic on him, the more that you cast a single element, the more he grows in resistant to it. Yeah. So as you've been seeing, I've been casting Thunder, and now he's pretty much fully resistant to it. It's doing nothing to him. And after you magic burst that element, it's meant to max it out, but I was doing it in this video and you got 2 or 3 more casts before it fully got to this point. So
what do you do?
The main thing is if you kinda have
Did
to
you see
have
that? He intimidated a Meteor. Sorry to interrupt. But that was pretty cool. August intimidated him, and he was casting Meteor, and he stopped Meteor because of that. That's pretty cool. So what you're saying, how do you?
But you gotta kind of know all your elements, I guess, if you want to do it cleanly, or if you've got a real human tank. If the tank's in front of him, he will use Howl.
Yeah.
And Howl enhances his physical damage, just everything. It enhances his meteor damage as well, and the more he does it, the more it stacks up. But the one thing that happens when he howls is all the resistance reset, so it goes back to neutral, nothing. So if you had a real player, you go get one howl and then go back to the side, so that will that's not enough to kill anybody, but it will reset the elements.
But that's impossible to do with a trust and
unless
stuff.
You
really
move
disengage
them,
and it gets
it's a lot easier way. But or if you've got a trust, if you know all the elements, you've got multiple elements that you can go through and do new helixes, and you won't get too high off damage either. So that was my Thunder Blizzard 5 magic burst. He's pretty resistant to so that's why helixes are good, because even a 4K helix ticking away constantly. And
that's it really. You just have to try and survive, but while doing bonus damage.
So, I was setting up to do fire, and they just did fire skill chain. I was and it's any elements can build up the resistance. So they hit it August casting white flash and stuff, that will build up the white magic. So if he used flash to magic burst, that would pretty much max the resistance, even enfeebles, like max it out. So if you cast like silence, that's like max wind. So it's quite, you gotta be sure that like it's your damage spell that gets the magic burst.
Yeah, we don't want you don't want to waste.
See, I cast a spell which probably
ups the black.
I never even thought about it, but it's like lucky I didn't like magic burst it. Cause in this one I do like Scholar 1 hour just because it's kind of needed. We try to do things without like 1 hour, but
it's certainly not easy. The fight's not easy, as you can see.
I'm pretty sure you could do it without 1 hour, but
as Meteor started getting so strong.
Yeah, till we start making him howl, and later on, and then the more he howls, the stronger it gets.
Yes, I don't think it's something you're meant to be able to like duo with, like
or even parties of 6 and stuff die to it because of his mechanics, and you gotta know the how to reset and like his resistance and stuff. Once you know those parts, it's quite an easy fight. Like with a Geo.
Looks like I'm gonna TP. I'm gonna give anyone MP. It looks like I'm hitting you. I'm trying to hit you.
But yeah, just in like this current, I only know like fire, ice, and like thunder. Like I never use like earth. And,
so if you'd learned all the skill chains.
So if you know all like that's way more spells that you can go through, cycle through, before you like howl. And of course he's like, I think Behemoth, he drops like a water crystal or something. So I don't know if that means he's water, but it's not really info about like what element type. I thought they were thunder, or you think they're like earth.
There goes.
But if he drops a water crystal, then he must be like water element.
The cure is gone.
And standing outside the bubble like an idiot.
Cure down.
So now we have to heal ourselves. This is where you become like the healer.
This is where it starts becoming a bit more difficult.
And the tricky thing about it's not a one, because helix are limited damage. It's not just land one helix and the battle's over. It will wear off before it's over, so you got to land another one. So that's where you got to make sure that you don't have a fully resisted element to use to get a strong helix. Because if all the elements are fully resisted, then you're not going to land a good helix like ever.
No. So many things to keep.
I think the job ability that doubles the helix damage can land on him as well, so it's worth it, unless it's over 5k damage, because helix caps at like 10k.
There's the other one.
So unless you're like pretty much 5k helix, there's no point using that job ability, but you might as well try it.
Yeah, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah, I tried it, but I don't think I landed it in this fight. Yeah. Especially, this is where I like, I already 2 hours or 1 hour.
Oh, you call it 2 hours still. You made fun of me last time. Gust! Oh, you can see his name is just Gust. Pidgeotto Gust attack.
Yeah, this is where I break out the 1 hour spell just for another dot on him. Need more dots.
That's certainly not saying you're meant to just be able to do it with ease. So.
Pretty cool, like animation spell.
Cool.
Just making gravitation. Gravitation's like one of the coolest looking like skill chains as well. Like only a 3k like, and they're not like helix where they do the same. It does like a portion off the max damage, so it's not doing 3k like dot, but it ticks like a 3 second helix tick at like 9 seconds.
It must be ticking down because like.
So even though it doesn't do the same like initial damage, it just ticks faster. So it's probably doing it in the same amount of time as a helix would. And there's the helix wear off, so it's like I need a new helix on it.
Just as he did flame armor. So if I'd sub-grade magic,
so yeah, I did do a Blizzard 5 one, so I don't know what I'm thinking here. Why do I think like Blizzard will be good.
So that was a lot of damage on him, but
See, look at that, like Helix, because maybe I forgot that I did a Blizzard 5 like magic burst, or I was just playing around with things, and
so that one was no good.
this is where I'm like, I gotta figure out a new like element. Like I had to fusion is light as well, so it's like that doubles up. Knowing that fire one doubles up with like light, but this is where I'm probably thinking like August cast flash maybe when I did the fusion already, so even light is probably fully resisted by now as well, but I'm just like trying it anyway. Just he likes to cast Holy 2 as well during like fusions, so even that one was like
pretty weak. So you need to try and make him howl.
Yes, this is where I'm like, I need to make him howl, so I have to like
get him in
unaggro him to get him in front.
That's how you get trusts, like this. How you have to operate trusts, because there's,
And then the 1 hour like wore off pretty quickly, and it's already off. And you don't want it, you don't want to make him howl more than once as well. That's the danger part, especially with no healer anymore as well.
Yes,
Everything's like falling apart now. Yes. It was so simple till now, and then it's just like everything's falling apart.
Everything goes to crap.
So there's a howl, and it's like when I'm trying to like reposition him, I think he does a howl like a few more times. So you can dispel howl. So I don't know if that gets rid of the damage buffs that he gets.
He did do 2 howls.
So I'm just putting the Helix on. Like he's not. I tried to move him, but he's still like in front of him. So.
3 howls.
And that powers up his meteors as well.
That'll be why.
But I'm just getting that Helix on because that will kill him. Like
it would probably make more sense if I was like
in
control of the trusts.
One. It's like yes.
Watching this fight, it's like it probably would, like watching you have to do this.
Well,
and
I
everything.
initially did say something about that, and you're like, I don't know how to control them.
Have to reposition them.
And the thing about it is, like, you can go from full health to dead just because he's got like
August.
double attack and like triple attack or something. He attacks like way more than like his animation goes off. So yeah, I think I'm fine here. I'm like, okay, I can survive. And then you get hit somewhere, and then I kill you, and in that time I kill you, it's like.
Like you got that Helix on though. You're just like typing, like spamming, like without even you like parry.
I know you parry a lot now because like parry's like real high skill.
Like parrying heaps. It was like your paladin days or something, or just your tanking days.
Just everyone has high parry now.
I have high
especially
parry.
Weapons have like
ninja,
plus 300.
I never parried.
It doesn't skill up the same way that see I killed you. That one like kill you. Like opened up enough time to me just to die.
And I'm like, and then I try and run, and it's like, okay. And look at my HP just like vanish. Like, I go from 900 to 0.
And this is where I have the flashbacks of the mimic. Where it was like unclaimed, and I know Helix is gonna kill it, so I'm like,
you need to claim it.
And I just nuke it. So I'm not sure if you get the win if you don't have hate on them.
Work.
But yeah, that's Sovereign Behemoth.
Somehow we went from like, oh no, it all falling apart to like, what? We won?
Yeah.
That's the power of like Scylla and like Geo.
But pretty cool Wanted NM.
Yes. It's certainly a tough fight, so if you're looking for a challenging duo sort of thing.
The king falls once again.